We are in Agile. We need to break stories. Please give us stories broken down in a very nice way so that we can give you a valuable software which you can use ASAP. Do you understand that? Fight with the product owner. Tell him to simplify things for us. Hello, in this video, we are going to learn about what are the responsibilities of a Scrum Master in detail when working as a servant leader, and then when working with product owners, and when working with the development team. Let's watch this video. I will explain everything in detail based on my experiences and based on what the Scrum Guide says. You will learn a lot. Watch this. If you are a newbie Scrum Master, this video is more than enough for you to understand what are the roles and responsibilities. Many times people think Scrum Master's role is just to be an assistant to the team, help the team, and get food for the team. No, that's not just the role of a Scrum Master. There are many more things in the role of a Scrum Master. Let's try to understand that. Scrum Master as a facilitator. What does a Scrum Master do as a facilitator? As we know, in the Scrum methodology, in the Scrum framework or Scrum methodology, we have got a sprint, and a sprint has got 4 ceremonies. Starting with the sprint planning, and then daily stand-ups, and then sprint review, and then sprint retrospective. So Scrum Master acts as a facilitator in all these meetings. He was there to ensure that we are moving or heading towards the goal of the sprint. He checks the progress of the sprint in these meetings. He is as such not a decision maker, but he ensures that team is coming to this team and ensures that we are working on the Scrum guidelines or the Scrum practices for these ceremonies so that we get the output for the sprints. So that's what he does as a facilitator. In the sprint and the facilitation, he is not there to go and resolve things, right? But then he is asking questions to the people and ensuring they are on track. Scrum Master. So how many teams should a Scrum Master take care of? See, when I was working in one of the organizations, I was managing like 4 projects. People are saying that, okay, Scrum Master, not much to do, he can manage 4 projects, right? No, that's more of the billing thing that the organizations have to make more money from a resource, but that should not be how a Scrum Master be working on. If you're in a product company and if you're looking out for a Scrum Master to make a great product, then give him just one team. One team is what a great Scrum Master will take care of and ensure that we get better outputs and results. He will be able to think strategically rather than just organizing meetings and doing time blocks of sprints and then passing on some reports. If that's just what you're looking out from a Scrum Master, then you can put him on like 3 or 4 projects. But if you're expecting a Scrum Master to give great results, work on the strategy of the team, of the organization and meet the goals, then give the Scrum Master just one project. I was working in one of the IT organizations, a consulting firm, wherein I was managing an agile project in the Scrum methodology for almost 1 year. That's the only one thing which I did, and then we made a great product for a financial application so that I was able to focus on my work. Okay, so it's always good to have just one team for a Scrum Master, and that will be making of a great Scrum Master. If we assign him multiple teams, then there will not be much output. Scrum Master as a servant leader. So what does a Scrum Master do as a servant leader? First of all, he is not an assistant. If you're serving people, don't be of the assumption that, okay, we got an assistant to do everything. Can you set a call with that team? Can I set a call with this team? No. Why can't you go and set a call if you know the person who's talking to you in that call, right? You can do directly, but why do you need an assistant for that, right? Scrum Master is not somebody, he does it because of to ensure more collaboration. He might get food, he might have more people skills to build collaboration among you all, but then that's not his work. It's actual work, right? There are so many more teams. I'm going to talk to you about like 25 to 30 things that a Scrum Master can do in this video. First and foremost thing for a Scrum Master is to build a high performing team wherein everybody's goal is to ensure that we are meeting the sprint goal and we are going to deliver the output. That's the first thing. The first thing is he's going to bring a high performing team wherein people are just focused on the output and then ensure that all the roadblocks are removed to meet the output of the sprint. That's the first thing a Scrum Master will be doing. Scrum Master is an expert in Agile and Scrum. So a Scrum Master should know what are the 4 Agile values, what are the 12 Agile principles, how the values, principles and the Scrum practices together make the bridge wherein he is there to bridge that gap, right? So between the values and the practices is the principles. So Scrum Master should know what are the 12 agile principles. He should know what are the 4 agile values. It should be on the fingertips, like individual, the 4 values, individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Then working software is valued more over comprehensive documentation. Then customer collaboration is worth more over contracts and negotiation. Then finally, we have got responding to change than following a plan. So these 4 values must be ingrained in a Scrum Master. That's what is going to give him the agile mindset. Then coming to the agile principles, he should be knowing all the 12 principles, right? He should be understanding this so that he can apply when things are not happening on the agile principles. Then he can apply. Like for example, in one of the organizations where I was working, the biggest issue I saw, that we are telling we are all agile, but then the biggest issue I saw was on sustainability. The way we are building the software, right? It was not sustainable. Sometimes you put like 5-6 people, sometimes there's no people. That is not a sustainable way of development. If you are aware of the principle that software should be built in a sustainable way, then you will know that we are following the agile principles, right? So there's one more issue, like there was very less exposure to technical excellence, right? That's also not going to give output. Okay, so you should be aware of it. Then there's one more thing, was that business people and the developers should be working together daily so that they build a great product, right? So these principles people should be aware. In one of the organizations working, like we were not allowed for the developers to work with the customers. It's just the Scrum Master, the project managers working with the customer. The developers were never allowed to work with them. But then that was not resulting in making good softwares. Right, so we should avoid these kind of mistakes. So if you are aware of the 12 agile principles, right, for example, the first one, one of the principles, like business people and the developers work together daily. Then there's another, like more projects are built around motivated individuals, right? Then information sharing is done best by face-to-face communications. Then there's a technical excellence takes the highest priority. Then after that we have got highest priority is delivering regular working software continuously, right? Then at regular intervals we are coming and checking how is the software working, how are we, do we need to adapt and then change the plan, right? Then projects are built around self-organizing teams. Then working software is a primary measure of success. Then S is for simplicity, is the art of getting the most, right? Maximizing the work not done. Right? So all of this I have recorded in one video. The reason why I'm able to call this out very quickly is I've recorded one video on 12 agile principles. I also shared a mnemonic on that, and there is a memorative with a flashcard. You can refer to that video. I'll be putting it over here. That you should be knowing that. The idea of recording the mnemonic and the video also was to help you understand what is the best way to remember these things so that you can recall and ensure on the projects you can work on these things. Okay, so Scrum Master should know what are the agile values, agile principles, the Scrum practices, and then he should be able to advocate this and spread the message across the organization. After understanding what is the agile and values and principles and practices of Scrum, a Scrum Master should also have soft skills. He should have people skills. He should be a good listener. When people come and say, I'm stuck over, he should be willing to, he should not snub them. What? You can't even do that? No, he should not be doing that. Okay, he should be a good listener. He should have good soft skills. He should be able to build collaboration among the team members. He should be able to kind of guide the team, right? He should be kind of push the team to get things done. He should be a problem solver, saying, okay, fine, let's connect the dots and solve the problem. That attitude has to be there, right? So he should be having good soft skills and be a good listener as well. Okay, then Scrum Master ensures teams become self-organized within the Scrum boundaries. Many times people get confused. What do you mean by self-organized team? Okay, I do whatever I want to do. No, it's not like that. You do whatever you want to do with your own will, but within the boundaries of the Scrum, within the boundaries of the sprint, within the boundaries of the sprint goal. You follow the Scrum practices and you deliver the working software. Okay, so that's what you do for self-organizing. As like we are not going to assign you task. Okay, you take two. No, you're not going to do that as a Scrum Master, right? You want the team to pick the task by themselves and then start working on it. That's what we mean by self-organizing team. One of the goals of Agile is to have self-organizing teams, more of self-organizing teams and more collaboration among the team members. Okay, so you make the teams self-organizing but within the boundaries of the Scrum. Then self-organizing teams, what happens? What's the advantage of being self-organizing? So people show more responsibility, more accountability, we are more active, and more ownership is shown by people. So these 4 things are shown by the people if there is self-organization, if people pick up the work that they want to do. Okay, so that's the benefit. Then very important, most of the times people get confused. Okay, Scrum Master is not responsible for the delivery of the software. Who is responsible then? Scrum Master is not responsible for the delivery of software. So who's responsible? It is the development team. Together as a team, the developer, tester, designers, all these people together are responsible for the delivery of the software. Scrum Master is responsible to ensure that we are going to meet the sprint goal. Team builds it, but the building is done by the development team. Okay, this is very subtle, important thing which all of us need to remember. Okay, then Scrum Master enables transparency and collaboration. He ensures that all the stories are there on the Jira board. He ensures that everybody is aware of the sprint goal in the beginning of the sprint. So he's making things transparent. And then whenever he sees that two people are not working together, there's some mismatches, people are not aligned with each other, they don't try to sync with each other, he's trying to enhance the collaboration. He's kind of trying to build relationship between the team members, telling them what is the importance of this. Right? When people collaborate together, how important it becomes for them, and then they can benefit from this. Okay, then very important, Scrum Master acts as a roadblock remover, removes the impediments. That's one of the very good responsibilities Scrum Master has. He is there to remove the impediments and the roadblocks. Scrum Master is a leadership role. A Scrum Master picks up a leadership role. He takes up initiatives. He sees that how is this project going to benefit the customer, the organization, how I can begin for more work from this customer, right? How best we can help the customer with more strategic thinking. So Scrum Master's role is that of a leader. Scrum Master focuses on the growth of the organization as well as the team. He ensures that both the team and the organization are growing. So that is one of the most important role of a Scrum Master, right? He ensures that by delivering the working software, by getting value to the customer, the organization is growing and also the team is growing. That is very important. Scrum Master as a leader. What are some of the qualities a Scrum Master can exhibit or show as a leader? Let's see that. Listening to others. A Scrum Master should be listening to the team members, to the customers, to the PO, right? Understand what's the problem, how best we can deliver this. He cannot have an attitude that, oh no, I'm not going to listen. I'm the boss, listen to me. I'm the guy, I'm the hippo. I'm the highest paid person, so you listen to me and then we get things done. No, that's not going to happen. The Scrum Master should be listening to people. If you don't listen to people, then people don't want to listen to you. They don't want to follow you. Right? If you're a leader, then you should. If your servant leader is one who first listens, understands, and then acts for the benefit of the team. Then he should have empathy. If people are saying, okay, I tried doing the last 2 days, I'm not able to do it, give me half an hour, half a day more, he should show empathy, okay, fine, give it a try. Right? He should not stop, what is this? You can't even do this in 2 days. You told me 2 days. You can't go like that. Right? You should show empathy. People might have some personal issues. People might have some personal works. You should understand that. You have to empathize with the team. Then persuasion. Scrum Master should be persuasive in the sense he should advocate the agile adoption, the Scrum methodology in the organization. He should push the people to accept more challenges. He should be a step ahead of the people. When people show resistance to change, Scrum Master should be willing to push them forward. Okay, so that's one of the most important things the Scrum Master should be doing. He should be pushing the team to do more and help in the agile adoption. So he should be more persuasive as a Scrum leader. Then conceptualization. He should help to understand the concepts of the Scrum, and then he should be able to build the software within the Scrum framework and also help team to understand more. Foresight. A Scrum Master should always be one step ahead. He should not think, okay, fine, my goal is to just deliver the goal of the sprint. No, when the sprint goal is met, he should next think of, is my team collaborating more? If that is happening, then is my team collaborating with other teams more? If that's happening, is my organization more agile? Right? He has to think more. Right? He has to have a foresight. Okay, and then he has to build a community of more Scrum Masters, and he has to show stewardship to ensure that people are adopting agile. So these are the qualities a Scrum Master should be exhibiting. If you are a first-time Scrum Master, ask yourself if you are exhibiting these qualities. If not, which one do you want to start off with? Start working on that quality now. Okay, a Scrum Master has to be a coach, a Scrum Master has to be a servant leader, a Scrum Master has to be a process authority to ensure people are following the processes, and then a Scrum Master has to be a change agent, and a Scrum Master has to be an impediment remover, and then he should be as a shield against any kind of interferences. If your team is getting pulled in other work, a Scrum Master should be there as a shield and ensure that no, you can't take my team because you're already focusing on one goal. Within the time block of sprint, do not change the team size. Don't add people, don't remove people, then your velocity goes for a toss. Okay, so these are some of the things a Scrum Master does. So I have been a Scrum Master myself for like 4 or 5 years in my career. It's been a great role. I've been enjoying that for a quite long time. So I just thought I'll share these tips with you. More to come. I'll be talking more about Scrum Master and Product Owner and then Scrum Master and Development Team. Hang on to this video. When a Scrum Master starts off on a new project in a new organization, right? What is the goal? What is it he's supposed to do? So first thing is build a self-organized team, embrace the agile values and agile mindset, and teach the team to adopt that agile values and mindset. That's the first thing. Along with the goal of the sprint, you ensure that your team is becoming more self-organized, and you are able to help them understand what is agile values, what is the agile principles, agile mindset, the scrum practices. So these things is what you have to advocate, right? So after, let's say, 5 to 6 months, once the team has become self-organized, then you start thinking about new things. So what else can you think? Now, build relationships between the scrum team, the user team, the product support team, the customer support team, right, the users, right? So ensure that your team now goes to the next level. They're not restricted by just the being self-organized. Now they have to start collaborating with the outer teams also, right? So, and so that they get to know the entire organization, and they get more people to work together and build a collaboration, and then we are able to deliver more. Then help or become more agile by changing its approach, right? So help now, after the team has been working with other teams, more people know about Scrum, more Scrum Masters are coming out now. Ensure that you go to the next level and start advocating agile to the leadership, so that the employees have this agile mindset. Management, leadership, product and strategy, everything is aligned towards the agile way of working and how to build products, right? So these are the goals you should be doing as a Scrum Master when you take on a role as Scrum Master in a new organization or a new project. Now we will be looking into what and how a Scrum Master will work with a product owner. Let's know that. The product owner works with the end users. He knows what are the user requirements, so that's the responsibility of the product owner. Then product owner is one who defines the features. Again, it could be he or she, anybody, it could be in the organization who has taken that role. Then product owner prioritizes the features, which will be the one, which will be the second, which will be the next one, which will be the last one, which is in this release, which is next release. All these things are now prioritized by the product owner. Then product owner reviews the product and the demo. He comes to demo, he reviews that, right? Then ensures that we get the ROI and attends the sprint review and sprint planning. So these are the responsibilities of product owner. Now, when product owner is doing these tasks for a sprint, right, for a release, what are the responsibilities of a Scrum Master? I want you to understand that working of a Scrum Master with the product owner. Let's go ahead. So first of all, he should ensure that there is just one product owner for this release of this product, right? There could be many junior 4 or 5 people, but ensure that one guy is there who he works with, right? Else there will be a lot of duplicacy of stories created. I have seen this in my own working experience. 2-3 product owners creating the same kind of stories, writing the same kind of work. A lot of rework happens, and then it becomes difficult to manage 2-3 people also, right? So if you have one point of contact, one product owner who's working with the Scrum Master, that will be very, very helpful. He has to be working with the product owner and ask the questions, the following question. One of the questions is like, is the product backlog prioritized? Right? So he should be asking, if you've got a list of 10 stories, which is first, second, third, he has to ask this priority from the product owner, and he has to start taking up the, ensure that this is priority is there. So that when you're going for a sprint, we get to know what are the first 4 or 5 sprint stories for that sprint. Any new requirements that are coming across the product, he should ask the product owner to add them, or he should be asking the product owner what are the new requirements that have come up during the execution of the sprint, because it is an emergent. Building software in agile way is emergent because new requirements keep coming, so keep getting added up, and then he should be asking what has been added up, what is it I need to focus upon, and what is it that is it valuable, does it take more priority, come up, go down, what is it? He should be asking these questions like, what are the new requirements that we are trying to add or been added in the product backlog? Is the product backlog manageable? He should be asking the product owner, is the product backlog manageable? A manageable product backlog is not one which has got, like, say, 50-page BRD and in one story and says, okay, it is there in the story, Jira stories, they're going to start working. No, you have to break this down from epic feature, stories, tasks, subtasks, right? It becomes more easily to manageable. If things are smaller, it is easy to manageable, right? Like we had in a waterfall or work packages, similarly, we've got user stories here in Agile. So we need to have stories which could be delivered within a sprint, a value that could be delivered within a sprint. Okay, he has to ensure, product owner should be ensuring that the product is manageable, but Scrum Master should be asking him these questions, can you just break it down for us? Yes, he has to break it down and give it to us. Only then we can deliver the working software in a timely manner. So, like for example, if there are stories 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 which you want to do in a release, so that stories will be picked up first. Those will be detailed, those will be decomposed, those will be elaborated, right? And then the Scrum Master should also be asking a question: are these stories meeting the invest criteria? Right? Are these stories independent? Are these stories negotiable? Are the stories valuable? Are the stories estimatable? Are the stories testable? So this criteria has to be met, right? And S is for, are the stories small? Okay, so these things have to be met. So a scrum master should be ensuring that, okay, are the stories written this way? If the stories are not written this way, he should be written properly. Hey boss, can you please write the stories in the invest way? It makes it is easier to work on the stories in that way. He should be pulling these questions. Okay, if not, it becomes very difficult for the developers to develop the stories if we just give them a big storybook and say go and build the product. That was a traditional way of working. Requirement documents. We are in agile. We need to break stories. Please give us stories broken down in a very nice way so that we can give you a valuable software which you can use ASAP. Do you understand that? That's the work of a Scrum Master. Fight with the product owner. Tell him to simplify things for us. Okay? I mean, as a very healthy fight, not a literal fight. I'm saying, go have those healthy discussions, have those open conversation. One of the values of Scrum is being open, right? Be open, saying we can't work on this. If you give us such a big details which we want to be delivered fast, no, break it down. Okay, so that's what it is. So a manageable backlog is one which in which like what are the stories, what are the estimates, which sprint is it going, which release is it going, right? What is passed, what is failed, all those things is a manageable backlog. Okay. Now, the next thing is a Scrum Master has got another very important responsibility. The product owner is always thinking about the valuable software that goes out, but is not thinking about the technology, right? He should be telling there is a technical that we have to fulfill. Understand this. So you tell him that we are going to put at least 4 to 6 hours a sprint to resolve the technical that we have to address the restructuring of the code. We need to address the security vulnerabilities. We need to take care of the SQL injection, right? We have to take care of the performance issues. So tell them this is a technical that's there on this project. To make it more stable, we will have to work on these things. Also, tell the product owner. Next thing is he should be checking is the product backlog on the Jira board, on the information radiators, right? He should be ensuring that it's there, or all the stories are on for the sprint on the Jira board. Other stories detailed, other stories start and end date, right? So all of these has to be there. So the information radiator has to be there. The product owner should be filling that. The Scrum Master should be asking, are the stories on the Jira infra on the information radiator, right? Ensure that the stories are there. Okay. Very important. Now, does everyone on the team know how to use this product backlog tool? Everybody should be aware. Else, he has to ensure that the team is known this. They have to go for a training, to the training, and be aware of how to update the tools. About the statuses of the adding comments, about transition of issues, creating subtasks, tasks, what is the part of Epic, right? All these things you should be aware. How to use the tool, how is the dashboard, all those things. Okay. Then work to PO to organize appropriate items to releases, right? So work with the PO and ask him, okay, release 1, what is it that you want? Release 2, what is it that you want? Release 3, what is it that you want? Give me the breakdown and let me kind of work it out with you. We must know what are the stories, because as Scrum Master, you should be knowing what is the team going to build and when, right? It becomes easier for you to plan and ensure that we deliver the software in that way. Okay, so getting the release prioritized, items of the release prioritized is the product owner's responsibility, but you should be working with him and ensure that we start doing that. Okay. So let's say, for example, in the demo, something broke, okay, something failed, okay, then in that case, we'll have to ensure that this particular story goes to the next sprint. The product owner should pick it up and put it in the next sprint also, right? He should be working with product owner to ensure that the product owner is doing this as well. Scrum Master and the development team. So how does the Scrum Master work with the development team? What are the responsibilities of the development team and the Scrum Master so that the Scrum Master should take care of? We will first start off with the responsibilities of the development team, and then we'll follow through in understanding how the Scrum Master works with them day in and day out. Development team. So development team, they are the ones who deliver the working software. They are the ones responsible for the sprint goal. Development are the ones who build the software and demo it also, and then developers and testers. The development team is made of developers and testers, so these are people responsible for developing the software, and they'll have skills like T skills, master in one, jack of all, and as part of the Scrum ceremonies, the development is now about all the Scrum ceremonies, right? And then after that, they are self-organized, and then there are 5 to 9 people in development team. They are the people who does the estimation. So very quickly, these are the responsibilities of the development team. Now let's see, as a Scrum Master, how do you work with the development team and ensure they do their responsibility, and what are your responsibilities working with them? Let's try to understand that. Okay, first and foremost, the Scrum Master needs to ensure that does this team have a goal for this sprint? Is the goal very clear? Is everyone together working or marching towards this goal, right? And then are these people aligned to ensure that the goal is met? Okay, so the development team should be having a sprint goal, and they should be focused all on this goal to achieve that. Then next thing is the team focus on this one task, right, of the sprint goal and whatever is the individual task given to them. At one point of time, we don't want the developers to do multitasking, working one here, one there, one on our project, one on some other project. No, Scrum doesn't advocate that. One of the Scrum values is focus. So they should be working on one task at a time, right? Task switching is going to lose a lot of time. Like I recorded one video on 7 lean ways. I've spoken a lot about task switching, how time we lose. You can just Google that on YouTube, or you can see a link over here. If I've put the link here, you'll find it. Okay, next. Is the team inspecting and adapting? He should be asking, is the team inspecting and adapting in the daily scrums? Are they taking course correction? Is somebody back, somebody slow, somebody fast? Right? He should be asking these questions. Is the team doing these things? If not, how best they can start taking these actions, right? How was the last sprint? Did we demo everything? Did we miss something? Right? Is the team inspecting and adapting? We were supposed to do something in 2 days which we did not do, then they have to inspect and adapt. Is somebody taking that action? Right? Scrum Master should be ensuring the team is inspecting and adapting as well. Next. Then he also has to see how's the collaboration of the Scrum team, right? Are all the team working together? Is there a friendly nature? Is there a friendly attitude? Do people like working with each other? Are they all working towards the end of the goal? Or people are like, I'm done work for me. You take care of your work. I don't care. No, that's not be the right. So people should work together for the sprint goal, right? Yes, all of us want to do our work nicely, but ensure that this goal of the sprint is met. If the delivery fails, it's a mistake of the entire development team. Right? That should not happen. Right? Then, are the team members holding each other accountable? Are people challenging each other? Are people holding, okay, fine, you're supposed to finish this UI by yesterday. I'm not able to start my backend work because the UI is still not done. Right? Are people holding themselves accountable? Are people going to finish this? Right? For example, if somebody has to write the test cases first, is the test case written? Are the test cases written, right? So people have to be held accountable. So the development team should hold accountable. The Scrum Master should be ensuring that the people are holding each other accountable and then delivering the software. Okay, that's very well. That's the openness culture we want to develop with the Scrum. Then, do the team members challenge each other, right? For example, somebody has been working on simple piece of code. Is the team challenging to become something more complex? Are they kind of going to take up something more challenging, a bigger project next time? Have they grown up their skills, right? The team should be challenging each other. Okay, then you should also be observing, the Scrum Master should also be observing that, are there any mood swings among the team? Are people not talking to each other? Are people fighting? Are people don't get along? And that's going to put the project in danger. There will be delays if this happens on a team. The team should be aligned. They all should have just one mindset. Get the sprint goal out, get the project delivered on time, give the valuable software, and in turn, enjoy the entire process of working together. He should be vigilant to see that if people are having some issues of mood swings or not working each other, they can't get along. Scrum Master should be looking for all this and then try to kind of enforce more collaboration, build collaboration among the team members. Next. The Scrum Master should also do some mid-sprint reviews with the team, right? Okay, did we complete those 5 stories by the end of the sprint, which we're supposed to do? He has to go and check that. Okay, don't miss this check from yours. You also have to go and inspect, right? So it's not like micromanagement, but then you want to have a review. Okay, how good are we for the goal of the sprint? You have to be doing this then. Are the user stories in the correct status? So he should be checking with the team and ensuring that the team should be putting the stories in the correct status. Most of the times, I've seen that developers kind of sit and code for 5-6 days. They make the stories, but they don't update the story status in the software. It becomes very difficult for tracking with Scrum Master. So ensure the ground rules. Tell people, no, you have to follow. These are the boundaries of Scrum. How will we be aware? How is the transparency if you're not updating the status? Tell the team to update the status, put the comments, put the test cases on the Jira stories, or whichever software people are using, right? So ensure that people are updating the story comments and story statuses regularly. The development team should be doing that. So you all might have seen issues or will be facing issues that the development team would love to sit and code, do complex things, but they don't want to do a minute task of a minute to just go and update a status. Okay, either they forget it or they're like, okay, fine, I'm not going to, it's not that important. Software is working, that's more important. No, this is also important. Okay, it's like working software or complex documentation, but again, this documentation is also, it's like having more value. Working has more value, but it can't be ignored. Okay, also very important, the Scrum Master should also be ensuring, is the team tracking the bugs on the software, right? The bugs also should be tracked. We should not be missing out on the bugs, right? This is where we kind of judge and see how are we improving on the bugs. Is the defect density coming down in the due course of the velocity in the next 3 or 4 sprints? How is the velocity doing? So all these things are important, and Scrum Master should be tracking that. Okay, and also ensure that Scrum Master should be ensuring do the stories have an acceptance criteria which will be accepted by the customer. Okay, these are some of the important things the Scrum Master should be doing when working with the development team. Okay, very, very important. He also should check, does the team have a shared understanding of the user stories that they're building? Are they building what the user needs? Are they and the product owner in sync? Are they and the solutioning guys in sync? Are they and the user in sync? Because they should be building what the customer needs, not what they want. Okay, that's very, very important. Next time, very important, one more thing he should be expecting from the development team is that the product backlog can also be updated by the development team. It's not only the product owner. If the development sees that there's some performance stories to be added up, there are some other infra setups to be done, they can create those stories also. Okay, development team has the right to go and update this product backlog, wherein from there we can pull things to sprint backlog later on. Okay, very, very important. So is the team jointly working towards the goal of the sprint? So the collaboration should be there. So Scrum Master should be ensuring that the team is working jointly towards the end goal. Okay, so those were the things the Scrum Master should be working with the development team. Lastly, two things, he should also be ensuring on the engineering side that all the team member have the access to trigger the builds. Most of the people don't have, but ensure that everybody gets the access to trigger the build, do the unit testing, right? That's important. And then those people have also access to the end-to-end system in automated test cases. So these things he should be using. So this is the video on how the Scrum Master should be working with the product owner, the development team, and the Scrum Master can do great things. So thank you for watching my video. This is Arham Faraaz. Bye bye.